I would detain and I would deport. Anyone arriving illegally, detain and deport. Anyone living here illegally, detain and deport. Anyone any criminals in our prisons who are foreign nationals, deport. Families of those people where a rapist is raping white underage English working class girls who've been groomed, if that family knew that that person was perpetrating that evil on those vulnerable young girls, if they were foreign nationals or dual nationals, I would deport them. I have never said whole communities of British passport holders should be deported. What I have said is once we've done those things I've just outlined, we do need to start looking at those people who are on welfare, who've come here, who aren't contributing to our society, who don't speak English, and who effectively are going to be a burden to the taxpayer for the foreseeable future. And we should encourage them to leave. Everything that we do should be in English. No translation fees. None of the other nonsense that's going on throughout the public sector and throughout Britain nowadays. If you come here, you speak English. End of story. That doesn't matter if it's the NHS, whatever you come to, you live by our laws, you respect our culture, you integrate, and you speak English.
He said what no one else would say.
You've advocated the deportation, I believe, of all illegal
Right. I'll tell you my
migrants.
position on this.
No, I want to just get this quote out. We need to start rapidly emptying the tub. Do you believe there are too many Muslims in this country? Is that where you stand?
I believe there are too many illegal migrants in this country.
Do you believe there are too many Muslims in this country?
So I have said, and I'm on record and I'll say it to you clearly, I would deport all people arriving here illegally. The basis of a sovereign nation is
That's
to
not
defend...
the question I asked.
Hang on.
Do you believe there are too
Hang
many
on,
Muslims?
You
You
don't
can
let
say
me
yes
answer.
or no. Just say yes or no.
I am intent on detaining and deporting all illegal migrants. I am intent on detaining all criminals, foreign criminals, in our prisons straight away. I am also intent on deporting those people who knew that was happening within their family and didn't report it.
You've talked about how you'd like to see illegal migrants put on an island off Scotland with minimal food and let the midges do the rest.
That's what I said. I said what I said because I mean it. And at the end of the day, if you don't think the British people agree with me, then you're wrong, because they do. They've had enough of it.
Fair take or total?
In favour of deporting people who are illegally. Whether you call it deportation or mass deportation is meaningless, frankly. They've got to go. And, you know, they're here. If you're here illegally, you go. Yeah. Don't come here illegally. If you want to come here, apply legally, and then we can decide whether you're going to add benefit to our society. And if we don't think you are, don't come here. So, you know, stay at home. And if you don't agree with our culture and our laws and the way we live our lives, and you don't speak our language, that's another big issue, by the way. Come here, you've got to learn English. You've got to speak English. And our hospitals should be dealing in English. All our government departments should be dealing in English and English alone. It's not up to the taxpayer to be funding translation for people who don't speak English. No, we are an English-speaking country. You come here, you speak English, you live by our laws, and you effectively respect what we are. Otherwise, go home.
Hello brothers and sisters, welcome back to Polito Realities. If it's your first time to come across this channel, then kindly take a minute to subscribe, to like and to share today's video. Let me say this clearly today. When I heard this message coming from the United Kingdom MP, I stopped and asked myself a simple question. Is this real, or is another political story exaggerated online? Because the message was very direct. It says that if you are illegal in the United Kingdom, you will be deported. No emotional language and no complicated explanation. And in today's world where immigration discussions are full of noise, that kind of clarity has shocked so many people. Some have agreed with that and others feel very uncomfortable, but almost everyone is paying attention now. So before emotions take over, let's slow down and talk honestly about this message, what it really means and why it's being said now, and whether it is realistic or just strong political language. Stay tuned.
It is a terrifying thought. Overall, the total absconder pool stands at 53,200 298, largely referring to the number of illegal migrants once in the system whose current whereabouts is unknown.
Would the Honourable Member give way?
I will give way.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Chair. Thank the Honourable Member for giving way. With 53,000 illegal immigrants who have absconded with no address and 736 ones that have committed crimes and have absconded, would the member agree with me that this government has lost control of its borders, it's lost control of its immigration policies, and it's lost all credibility when it comes to immigration issues?
All I want is a country that makes sense, a country that rewards hard work and rewards people who are honourable, people who actually contribute to society. And as a young man said to me the other day, he said to me, "Tell me, Mr. Lowe, why is it that in Britain it seems that everybody who tries their best and contributes gets punished, and everyone who damages the fabric of our society is rewarded?" And I said, I honestly don't know, but it's a very good question from somebody who is innocent, and him looking at it in the way he does is, I think it's very powerful.
If you're an immigrant in the UK and you're active on Twitter, you've probably heard about Rupert Lowe, or Rupert Lowe, I don't know how his name is pronounced. Rupert Lowe is the leading member for Restore UK. Restore UK is like another party that has just sprung up out of nowhere. Now they're getting a lot of traction because this Rupert Lowe is like Donald Trump UK version. He's come out to say like a lot of things that British people are thinking, but they can't actually say out. So this one has taken it upon himself to come and be saying all of those things and saying that, okay, these are the things we're going to address to end immigration, end this, end that. So this man pops up on my timeline every day. Today, he made a very interesting tweet that I thought like, wow, okay, how did we even get here? So the tweet he made today was how like he was basically addressing the people, immigrants who make phone calls loudly on the bus. I just found this interesting because do you know what it means for this person to come out and start talking about people making phone calls on buses and how they plan to put that into their immigration and deportation plan? Like, you might think, oh, it's just phone calls on the buses, it doesn't matter, it's just a small thing. But for them to now start making this thing, they've brought it out and they're majoring on it, saying that, okay, this is also a big problem that we need to solve. Do you know how bad it is for them to get to that point? They've left the big things. They're now even majoring on the tiny things that maybe they would otherwise overlook. Now, my thing is that we've been addressing these issues since, we've been talking to people since about this making phone calls on public transport. There's nothing civilized about it. There's nothing, it's not nice. If you're one of the people that does this thing where you're making loud phone calls in Yoruba and everybody can hear what you're saying, the whole entire bus is quiet, but you're the only one shouting in the bus, I'm just here to tell you that look at what you've brought upon. Like, they're not trying to make laws strictly for you people, like you uncivilized people. They've started to make laws for you. One of the ways they've chosen to address this is that they are going to start fining you people, and also they're going to empower their bus drivers and the British Transport Police to be able to come into the bus and drag you the fuck out of the bus for shouting. And honestly, I can't even fault it because it is actually a pet peeve of mine. And as an immigrant, every time I get on a bus and I see somebody screaming and shouting, making phone calls in Yoruba, shouting, it's actually very embarrassing to me. Like I'm soaking up second-hand embarrassment because somebody cannot just like pattern up and act civilized for 1 minute. You're on what, a 30-minute journey on a bus, you can't even put yourself together. I'm taking a bus from here to Salford, and before I get to Salford, I already know your entire life history. And you like, why? We ain't got to know all of this shit. We don't need to know all of these things. Like, why can't people just be civilized? And now they've come to start addressing these issues that we would think they are like minor issues. So I feel like that really says a lot. And honestly, I'm just here to let you people know what is going on, like what they're already planning to do for you guys. Like, if you like, pattern up. If you like, don't.
This message is powerful because it says something many politicians avoid saying openly. Immigration is a sensitive topic in the United Kingdom, and leaders usually speak carefully, sometimes too carefully. If you are here illegally, you will be deported. This sounds firm and decisive. For people who believe the immigration system is broken, it feels like common sense. For others, it feels harsh. That contrast is why this message is spreading very fast. It is important to understand what the message is and what it is not. This is not about the legal immigrants, the workers, or the students. The focus is on illegal immigration, people who entered the country unlawfully or overstayed their visas. The argument being made is simple. Laws only work if they are enforced. From this point of view, allowing illegal stay sends the wrong signal and encourages more illegal entry. Now, let's talk about reality. Saying everyone illegal will be deported sounds simple, but enforcing it is not simple at all. There are courts, appeals, asylum claims, human rights laws, and international agreements. Deportation is expensive and slow. So while the message is clear, turning it into action would require major legal changes and strong political backing. This is where critics say the message becomes more political than practical. Some people label this propaganda because of how it spreads online. Short clips, bold captions, and emotional headlines make it seem like mass deportation will happen overnight. That is not realistic. But calling it propaganda does not mean the message is fake. It means that the message is being shared without full context. The truth is somewhere in between. Real policy intentions mixed with strong political language. This debate goes beyond one politician or one country. Many nations are struggling with immigration, border control, and public trust. When people feel ignored for too long, they start supporting stronger voices. That doesn't automatically make these voices right or wrong. It shows frustration. The real question is whether tough language will fix the problem or create new ones. You have been watching Polito Realities.